So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you found me and that you guys are here, and I hope that you guys stay and that this reading resonates with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you do resonate with this reading so that you can get more readings from this channel at a later date. For those of you guys who are returning, I'm so grateful to be here. I love doing your reading, and I can't wait to look into the energy coming in for the month ahead. So this is a pick an option, pick a card reading. Okay, so we'll have option 1, 2, and 3 to pick from. I'll hold the objects up shortly, and I'll be using these cards right here. So I'll put a link to these decks to my playlist right here so that those of you guys interested in energetically charging these cards for future readings, you can do so. Or if you're just interested in collecting these decks, then there's more information about the decks at that video. All right, so beautiful angels, for this reading, we'll be diving into the month of April, and it's starting off with a full moon. So there could certainly be a lot of energy pulling with the full moon. And if you're watching at the time that I'm posting this, I'm recording this the day before the full moon. So it is heavily energetically charged. Okay, so we'll try to go as far as we can energetically into the month of April so that we can get a good look at the overall energy that's around you. Could be your energy, could be people you're dealing with. It could be an internal state of energy that you're dealing with. Okay, so keep an open mind as to where this might apply to or whom it might apply to, but do not force it to fit. And of course, do not take messages that you don't like. So if it's something that you're not wanting to resonate with or continue down, then this is why we use tarot and we make different choices and we can shift our energy frequency with our free will. All right, so beautiful angels, let us take a look at the 3 options. Now, if at any point you're called to these 3, feel free to select from the timestamp down below. For option number 1, we have the selenite wand. All right, and for option number 2, we have the shungite. I guess this is a cylinder. And for option number 3, we have this fossilized stone. All right, so beautiful people, I will let the video run for a bit. And if you feel pulled to multiple piles, as usual, there could be multiple messages, of course, okay, but one energy should predominantly be the messaging for you. And if you have a hard time picking one, then just close your eyes, and when you're ready, open your eyes. The first one that sort of pulls to you will most likely be your pile, okay? If it doesn't sound like your pile or resonate, go check out another pile. You're not obligated to stay there. It's not a prediction of a forecast of what's going to happen. This is your intuition finding the energy that vibrates for you and resonates. Only you can do that, okay? So listen to your intuition, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, pile 1. You guys picked the piece of selenite for your reading. And we're looking at the month of April. So the month ahead, this is a timeless reading. So if you're watching outside of when I'm posting, then just take this as the next sort of 30 days, give or take, okay, or the next lunar cycle, 27 days or whatever, okay? It's not an exact science, it's energy. So this could definitely be something that's already coming into existence, of course. It could be something that is right around the corner, okay? But don't take the message if it's not for you. And like I mentioned, this could be your own internal energy going on inside you, okay, somewhere in your consciousness or unconscious. This could certainly be people around you, situation, or circumstance, okay? So I've pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these, and we're going to take a look at what energies surrounding you for the month ahead. So we have erotic. Oh my goodness. Don't take words literally, okay, because I will channel what it's in context to, but interesting energy already. Father. Oh my goodness. Okay. So masculine energy coming through, the father energy. And then we have this guy whose bum is showing, but it looks like he's like looking into a cave. So all these eyes looking back at him. Some more masculine energy here. I'm going to cover this part. And I'm going to actually put this right in there. All right. And then we have 2 arrows, sort of one merging into the other lane. And then we have this plume of smoke. And then we have this person walking a tightrope balancing act. Sorry, I know I'm not holding them up long enough because I've seen these, but maybe you haven't. And we have this gorilla or ape. Wow. And then we have these 2 people and they're embracing. It almost looks to me like she's supporting this person's weight. That's what it looks like here. Okay, he's wearing blue, which is the authentic self-expression. She's in purple, which is the spiritual chakras here. And they're surrounded by this green. Green is love, and red. Red is root chakra. Okay, so let's see. And then we have these 2 people looking at each other, and it almost looks like one's a werewolf. That's what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Always interesting readings here. Okay, I'm going to pull from 2 different tarot packs here. Okay, just so we can really sort of confirm energies here. So we're going to pull 3 cards from this deck and then 3 from the other. Spirits, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1 regarding the energy surrounding them for the month ahead, the next 30 days approximately. And what can they expect energetically here for the next 30 days? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. I don't know if I called you pile 3. Weird. Maybe I didn't, but I thought I called you pile 3. What is the energy coming in for pile number 1 in the next 30 days? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. There's your cards. And one more. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Please help me to channel in a way pile 1 will understand to provide them clarity with this message. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. Very blessed to be here doing a reading. We have 4 swords, the lovers, the 10 of pentacles in the reverse, and then the page of wands, or sorry, page of pentacles. So 4 swords in reverse, the lovers, 10 pentacles in the reverse, and page of pentacles. And the first 3, we have the 10 of wands, the queen of wands, and the 6 of swords. Alrighty. Let me dive into this energy and see what we see. Let me grab my handy dandy wand. Do I want this one? Just keep grabbing the same one. I'll grab this one. No, it doesn't. No, it's not giving me what I need. That's what I need. Okay. Let me sit here with this energy for a little bit, okay? Okay, beautiful people. This is a practical message coming through for the month ahead, and most likely the stronger energy pulls through, okay? So if you deal with something early on in the month, then it has the most weight energetically. That's what I'm going to see, okay? If it's something kind of near the end of the month, then that's what pulls through here. The overall energy here, okay? This energy really feels to me like you're this Queen of Wands. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy pulling through this reading, and some Gemini pulling through this reading as well, and some Aries and some Leo, okay? And some Pisces, sorry. So what I feel is going on here, I feel two energies, and you can ascribe which energy you are. I feel you're moving from a very strenuous situation where you felt burdened. And maybe you were carrying someone else's responsibility or someone else's load, whatever that load might be, energetically, emotionally. Okay, I don't know if it's at work, if it's in a relationship, but I do feel it is weighing heavily on you. So you're emotionally invested or have been emotionally invested in something, or it's been just mentally draining or taking a lot of your bandwidth. I don't know if somebody's exhausted you here, but I do feel like your energy is one of moving away from that energy. Okay, now this might not necessarily be moving away from that place, person, or thing, but that energy in which was burdening you, there's a moving away from this. So maybe you're making a conscious effort to say, I don't need to carry what's not mine, or I'm going to speak up, or I'm going to only engage with things that feel aligned with my values and honor me and respect me and appreciate me and sort of don't drain me. I feel like maybe for quite some time you might have felt mentally dysregulated, or a need to just detach or rest or take a break from this situation that's been quite heavy and draining. And I feel like there is a decision that might be very, very difficult for you to move away from. And this could be either an idea of what you could have had that never really panned out, or an understanding that in order to get what it is that you want to build and need, a change must be done or a decision must be done, and you must align yourself with that in which you're wanting to create. And wherever you were, I think you're seeing it as something that wouldn't amount to where you wanted to go for yourself. And so there might have been some, like I said, difficulty in making this decision because maybe you had to cut your losses here, or just accept the fact that wherever you were invested, it is something that is not aligned for you. And so I do feel like you're open to new opportunity here, and you're in an energy of exploring what there is. And I feel like there's a big uncertainty about where this direction might be or what's to come. But I feel like you make a decision based on what you do know. But I think what Spirit is highlighting here is you don't know what's going to come of this thing. Like what comes when you quit that job, or what comes when you speak your mind, what comes when you finally have the insight or the see your own value and say, this is not mine to carry, and I'm going to move away from this thing. What happens? Question mark is kind of open on the table here. Now, I'm looking over here because I do feel like this involves someone. Okay. And this someone, I think, was the cause of your sort of heaviness or burden, because I feel like you've been carrying somebody's weight. And so I don't know if this person was not being honest with you, or if this person wasn't communicating what it was that their intentions with working with you, or their understanding. There seems to be a withholding of truth, or a withholding of communication, or a difficulty with this person in expressing, so you definitely could have been holding the bulk energetically of between the two of you guys here. Okay. It could have even been the spiritual weight here, because I do feel there's a beautiful spiritual energy coming from you and from the person that you're dealing with. Again, you could flip the roles here. I feel like this person has a side here that is pretty aggressive. And I do feel like it's also somebody here who is needing to face their own shadow. And I do feel like this person could be somebody who here was resistant and fearful of maybe something they haven't experienced, or fearful of themselves, fearful of going inwards, fearful of being exposed, fearful of the unknown. There seems to be, though, something contradicting here. So it could be that this person it seems to be contradicting. It is the word I can use, and I'm trying to put my finger on this energy. And it could be they dress something up or do something to maybe appear in a certain way, and to maybe they're in denial, or to convince themselves and you, since you're involved in this, that there is one version of them. And now I know why the blue is coming through for authentic self-expression, because this isn't the deep truth of who this person is here. And I feel like it's something tied to what you and this person can create, or maybe even for some of you guys, this could be somebody who has feelings for you, okay, with this erotic here, or has a desire for something. And I feel like this person seems to be somebody here who, I don't know if they've been piggybacking off your energy, like I said, or the dead weight that they haven't been looking at is something that you've been sort of picking up. And I do feel like this energy is sort of coming in here, okay, like coming in here, because I do feel like there is a tower moment or something that has created sort of a sense of urgency for this person to act. But there's a lot of like hesitancy, as I say, and also like, I don't know if I can, but almost like I have to do something here, like almost like forced to do something here, or to see how good they are at something. Like I don't know why it's coming through this way, but again, it could be the way we're perceiving something here, and it's like now I have to be this version of me, or I can't help it, but now's the time, something like this. And it's like in order for them to overcome something internally, they have to do something externally. Apply that, however, okay? Because this could be somebody who was delaying, prolonging, or not doing something here that was aligned with the truth out of fear, hesitation, doubts, and mixed, maybe emotions mixed with fears, that sort of thing. And then a deep desire. And then in order for this person to be successful, and in order to accomplish something, there was a need for this person to line up with that. But I feel like this person might have taken as much time as they were given or allotted, or that there wasn't maybe no consequence here. And now I feel like this person almost seems there's these two sides as well I'm really getting from this person. Okay. And it's almost like I have to be in a certain way. And it seems almost like the version of them that's difficult to manage here, because I feel like it's heavy on you. It's like either I'm the 10 of Wands for you, which is easier for me, or I have to be this other energy, which makes me confront something. So of course I don't want to have to confront something from within myself. Like those are the only real two options here, you know? And I feel like what Spirit is saying is there is no more what's it called? There is no way around this. There is only facing truths. There is only one direction. All paths lead to truth. Something about moving beyond self-doubt, and also something about this is the process of spiritual ascension as well. So maybe this person could have had an agreement in this lifetime to work with you in a way to reveal to themselves some aspect of themselves that this person is being called to deal with, you know? And it does tie in deeply with emotions and authentic self-expression, and looking at a way that they might, what's the word, that they appear as one version of them, as a coping mechanism, or as a coat, or as a deterrent, rather than allowing themselves to truly be seen. And I also feel like there's another sort of layer here, because I feel like there's something very aggressive or assertive about this person, or this person might think like, otherwise I'm like weak, you know, or look feeble, or like I can't do something here. But I feel like your energy gives like, this person is acting weak when they're not in their truth. This person is acting aggressive or out of line when they're not in truth. So it's either like none of it is sort of aligning here. And the only thing that would align is for this person to sort of relax into the truth of who they are, which I do feel would maybe leave this person feeling exposed or vulnerable in some way. And so I think what's happening now, there's an urgency for sure with this smoke plume that's building up, because I do feel like a tower fell, or something happened, okay, or is happening, to create an urgency here where this person must move, you know. But it's like the movement here on this tightrope or whatever, this balancing act, it's like to get movement going here, like it feels very restricted still, and it feels very concentrated, and it feels almost like not natural, but concentrated. And I feel like this person could be quite defensive about the need or this whole thing, but it's really them having to confront themselves about this. So I don't feel it has anything really to do about you, but I think you're the catalyst for this. And I think your movement, or your identification, or even you just recognizing what doesn't work for you in a situation here, and saying, you know, like, this is my truth, or this is what I want to receive or deserve in my world. And I have no problems moving in that direction. And then them sort of being left here holding the bag. And it's like, do you want to face the thing in which you were challenged or were resisting? And it's up to you. It's always been up to you, and it's up to you to explore. Okay, but I feel I do feel I'm missing something, and I'm not quite sure what. So I am going to just get 3 cards here and see if we're missing anything. Spirit, can we confirm anything that I might be missing here for this reading for pile number 1 in regards to the month ahead? What do they need to know? Anything that I've missed to close out this reading? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Can we take a look at what it is that is still unclear here that pile 1 needs to know about this month ahead? Did I say week ahead? Month ahead, month ahead. The 3 of Wands in the reverse. So it's like you said, well, this is a dead end. I can't move here. There's no opportunity here. Something definitely fell apart, I feel. Okay, I'm feeling still Tower with the Three of Wands, because that could mean plans just didn't work out. Whatever we were invested in, it became a dead end here. Ace of Cups, that's a new beginning. Okay, look at all this fruit. So abundance is the harvest coming in. I think it's like, yeah, I've realized if my harvest is not here, I can't move in that direction. So I must focus on a new beginning. Although Cups is about emotions. And so I think it's an emotional investment that brings about a harvest for you. And Ace of Cups is all about self. So it's like, where am I going to invest my emotions so that I can be fulfilled here, or find abundance here, or, you know, like the harvest coming in. But the harvest must be planted here. And I see that it is overflowing. So a harvest comes in, but maybe not in the direction or in the area you thought it would come. Can we get some more? So we have the Sun card, and it is in reverse. Delayed success here. So it's at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Pentacles. It says password here, and it's a monitor and a keyboard. Under that is the Five of Swords, and it is in the reverse. So people who connect with this reading, I feel like, again, the arrow is pointing upwards, okay? This card could have certainly have come in the reverse, but the card's pointing upwards. I think there's movement for the better. I think there is a situation that you're dealing with, and I do feel it is with a someone, okay? But like I said, I only see energy, so who it belongs to or what it belongs to, I can't tell so much. But I do feel like there's a bettering of a situation, okay? And I do feel like there's a situation that could have seemed very, very stuck here. And there could have been a lack mindset on behalf of whatever you're dealing with or whomever you're dealing with. And even maybe your inability to maybe break free from something that felt very stuck. There's a breaking free from that, because I do feel like it was challenging. It's like when two people don't really agree, or when somebody acts out. Okay, because I think somebody's dark shadow came out, like their werewolf came out, you know? And so, although we don't like experiencing these things, sometimes we experience it for a reason. And the reason is to get out of any stagnant situations, because I feel there's a stagnant situation. Is someone, I don't know, acted in a certain way, or has been acting in a certain way that hasn't been allowing there to be consideration or flow or work together. And your energy says, well, there's no further exploration here. Whatever I was investing in here did not work. And I have no other choice but to make a move away energetically here. And Spirit is saying your success is delayed, but inevitable. And that your happiness and abundance comes as a result of this choice. And that your efforts and your energy have not been in vain. And that choosing yourself, because I do feel this Queen of Wands, is certainly understanding all about self in a way here that is healthy. She wanted to put herself sort of behind. Okay, but the Queen of Wands is like a socialite here. Like, I feel like she's highly revered and loved and celebrated. And so I do feel like there's something about where she's put in her energy and her effort that's about to pay off here for herself. Okay, but I feel it's long overdue. And I feel like it's something you don't see coming. You know, because I do feel you've been surrounded by disappointing people or disappointing situation. Five Swords definitely talks about involving other people, you know. And so it's like the plans fell through with this person or down this path in the way that it was going. And I felt kind of challenged and stuck there and held back there by someone's inability to carry their own weight or just their challenge, you know. So this is what I see. Pile number 1. I hope this resonated for you and that it made sense. You'll have to let me know in the comments how your month pans out. And we have Leo here. And like I said, it could definitely be somebody who's sort of having to see through their own ego and drop their ego defenses in order to attain the fruit or the harvest or to have a new beginning. if this is something that they're wanting to have, because I do feel your energy is one that's shifted here for sure, consciously away from challenge into the unknown of an opportunity of abundance here. So this person's going to have to be empowered. Okay, there's something about empowerment, but empowerment aligned with truth and authenticity. And I do feel like something else is coming through, because I was feeling your energy from this, but I feel like this person is being spiritually called to a higher level, because maybe they've been, playing below the belt or something like this. And there seems to be some sort of pull to a spiritual higher level here of understanding. Okay, so maybe they gotta, maybe by example, you're sort of showing someone how to step into their power, or what they can accomplish if they believe in themselves, or if they lean into the truth of what they want and who they are, rather than maybe fight themselves. Because I feel the only obstacle here was this person and the way they seen themselves and resisted, and maybe really sort of feared the anticipation of something here. And they tried to use force, because it's all about appearing strong, appearing in control, but it is really nothing about the situation. It's like, don't want to be weak, but it's like, okay, but now I have to carry this inauthenticity on my back because you're not being honest. And as we know, when we're not honest, the truth eventually shows its face. And I think this is exactly what happens here through a falling through, or a dead end. We can no longer go down this path because it's not fruitful. So I think you call that out, or at least you energetically shift away from this thing. Okay, which I feel is the best thing you can do, because where you are headed is definitely opportunity, abundance, harvest, new beginning, self-love, self-worth, and joy. Okay. And I think peace of mind, which I feel is what you're wanting. All right. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. You guys picked the Shungite cylinder, and we're looking at your energy, or the energy coming in, I should say, around you for the month ahead. Okay. And because my readings are timeless, this could be at any point that you're watching this reading, whenever, and it'll be for the next 30 days or so, or the next lunar cycle. Okay. So let's take a look at the energy of the pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at this. Don't take words literally. Okay. And then we'll pull some tarot as well. So we have self-defeating. Oh my goodness. And we have letting go. All right. We have this cute little girl, and she's hugging this, looks like a, kind of looks like a German Shepherd. I'm not sure what kind of dog that is. All right. And we have these little children, and it looks like they're having a lot of fun. So I don't know if they're sitting in class. Kind of looks like they're going down a roller coaster here. So children coming through this reading for sure. We have this person who looks to be sucking their thumb. Another child energy. Hopefully that doesn't demonetize me, because my mind's in the gutter. Alrighty. And then we have these 3 people, and there's a man in the middle. He has a cane and he's pointing in one direction. And there's a female and a masculine energy. And then an elderly person sort of pointing here. Okay. And then we have, my goodness, I shuffled these cards. This came out for pile 1. This deck, I don't know what's coming out again, but a gorilla or an ape. All right. And then we have this, what is this thing called? It's the type of lizard that when it shrieks like this, its defense mechanism comes out. It appears bigger. But this thing, but I don't know what sort of lizard this is. Interesting. All right. And then we have this arrow, and this arrow is pointing down. Kind of like a lightning bolt. And then we have this elk or caribou. And then we have a semi-truck that's sort of coming towards it with a whole bunch of logs, is what it looks like here. So these are trees that were taken down. So it was the environment of this poor elk. And so now the semi is taking away these logs. But it almost looks like the semi is about to collide with this elk. Okay, let's, interesting energy. Let's pull your tarot, okay? So Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. What is the energy surrounding pile 2 for the greatest and highest good for the month ahead? We have the High Priestess in reverse. Pisces energy, something you don't see coming. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. What is the month ahead bringing in energetically for them? We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. I thought we had 10 Pentacles come out for pile number 1, but oh, maybe not. I don't know. It looks different here. Fortune cookies. Okay, sorry, I'm getting pulled into this. Now we're going to clarify with another tarot deck. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Energy for the month ahead, Spirits. What does pile 2 need to know about the energy for the next 30 days or so? We have the World card. It is in reverse. We have the 4 Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords, and she's in the reverse here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, let me sit here with this energy and channel what it is that Spirit is communicating to you. Okay, it's not all clear to me yet, okay? Hopefully it becomes clear as I channel here, so give it some time before you click away, because maybe it is your message and it might take a bit to come through here. Okay, depending on how many people sort of click through here, it could be a little convoluted here, okay? Some things are clear though, so I am feeling there is something you don't see coming. It does feel like a surprise, and it almost feels like something inevitable. And it's inevitable, and there's nothing you sort of can do about it, you know? I think it's something that has been in the works for some time already. Like this thing could have already had momentum, or you already took some form of an action, or have invested somewhere, or did something, said something, did something, invested energy in a certain way that is creating some form of an outcome here, or a form of an event. Okay, that I feel has not happened yet. And I feel like regardless of anything at this point in time, I think that you can do or say or whatever, I think this is inevitable. And I feel like you don't see it coming. Okay, but I do feel like there does seem to be something here about maybe at one point in time, you might have felt like a situation or a circumstance that you were involved with here might have been something that was getting the best of you. And I feel as though you might have been looking at it fairly innocently. Like I do feel there's a love coming from you. I do feel there's a genuine support coming from you. I do feel like there is this nurturing energy coming from you. I do feel like there could have be, because I do feel another energy here. Okay, I don't know what it belongs to or whom, but I do feel it could be someone who maybe you considered a friend, or you were being friendly to or supportive of. It feels like you were being very loyal, but I feel like it was to your own detriment in some way here, you know? That's what it feels like. It feels like I was trying to do a good thing for someone, and we know no good deed goes unpunished. This is kind of what it feels like. And it's like, I think it hits a point here of weighing an option here that says, am I going to choose peace? Am I going to maybe allow myself to let go of situations here that I might be trading some part of myself here in order to uplift, you know? And it's sad because normally when we uplift, you know, we uplift others, and it's something that should always definitely feel good, but it shouldn't be something that hinders us. I feel like there's something here about maybe an inner child, or an inner way of being that you might have been since childhood or developed in childhood, of how to cope with maybe friends or people or relationships or situations in which maybe you've put yourself sort of in a supportive role in order to keep peace, or in order to allow everyone to sort of have fun, or everyone to, you know, like you want everyone to have fun, or you want everyone to get along, or you want everyone to be free, or you want it to go well. And so there might be a people-pleasing type energy here, or I utilize my own ability to go and try to make people happy in some ways, so I can, I don't know if it's like satisfy some inner child thing here, okay? And I feel like all this might have shown to you or proven to you was a disappointment here, but I feel like it's being understood by you, because I do feel there is a situation or a circumstance maybe in which you've, again, like tried to keep the peace, or I don't know, been this bigger person here in some way to support someone or be loyal to someone whose loyalty might have been in question or something like this, but at your own expense here, okay? But I feel like it's more the inner stuff that's happening. It's like the reason we are loyal, or the reason we are dedicated or show love or gratitude, or the reason we would go out of our way to be committed or dedicated or loyal to someone else here. This is what is being sort of highlighted here, and where is it stemming from? Because I feel like there's some inner child or some inner work here, or some part of yourself maybe, again, that was a way to cope through adapting in childhood of how to get along. And so maybe you had like a big family and you had to appease everyone, you know? It does seem to be a selfless type energy, but really Spirit is talking about seeing that it's actually about the self, because there's a self here that is doing an action that is actually more about self than it is about other. And so I feel like there's an understanding and a difficulty aligning to the empowerment to do different things or behave differently. And I do feel like maybe if there have been people around you that maybe could, you know, strong arm you or take advantage of you, or like know this nature about you, and they could maybe utilize certain ways of what to say or how to say it in order to pull the side of you. There's also a defensive energy here, and I don't know if somebody gets defensive about this, you know, because I do feel like there's you finally sort of maybe letting go of that need to be people pleasing or to go out of your way in some way here that puts you out. And maybe you get your back up or defensive in a situation here and speak your truth or empowered to say something here, which might appear like it could be defensive, or maybe you're just protecting or guarding yourself in some way. It does feel like it could be a tower moment, like I said, in something unexpected. So it happens. Because remember at the beginning, I talked about something you've already sort of been invested in. And so this tower means there was some buildup of energy, either a buildup of resentments, a buildup of anger, a buildup of disappointments, a buildup of certain ways of being that maybe, we were going out of our way in some way or doing something here that I feel was actually compiling to this coping mechanism. Or maybe we were allowing others to, I don't know, like have their way, or others maybe are in a position to be seen in some way here. But I feel your energy is like shifting. So this could definitely connect to pile 1 in some way. Okay, but I feel like I don't know if there's something that's you're let me pull cards and see, because I feel like it's something takes a turn in some way, you know, and it might appear one way. It might appear really like threatening. It might appear like when someone calls us out, or if we have an argument, it's like things might get said or done, but it's for the greater good of some sort of lesson being seen or understood, or some sort of truth to be built. We have to see through the stuff that gets in the way. So let's see, spirits, what am I missing here? Can we get some clarity? Now, I am getting like quite a masculine energy from this April gorilla, okay, because it is like sort of giving me like to stand in our courage in some way here, okay. And then the elk with the antlers is sort of giving me masculine energy, as well as this older person, which I'm feeling is maybe the higher self, or even hermit energy, or the more wise energy here that could be coming from the internal, that struggled here with the cane, has gone through some sort of lesson or something, okay. That's funny that I'm covering the thumb. Is pointing, sort of directing the masculine where to go, like get empowered here, you know. And it doesn't have to be male energy so much as it is the masculine energy, which takes charge of something here. And so it's like a caution, okay. And then, like I said, the lightning is the tower here of something sudden. And like I said, I don't think you see it coming. So maybe a sudden argument, or someone's suddenly defensive or something like this based on some action. But let's see, Spirit, can we get clarity here for pile 2? What am I missing exactly for the month ahead? What does pile 2 need to know about this energy? Clear and concise message in a way that pile 2 will understand what is being communicated here for the greatest and highest good. Can we get clarity on this energy? We have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the upright. Look at this Page of Wands, walking very confidently, all in white. White could be the authentic self, okay? It's like not doubting. Everyone's sort of looking. Pages are all about communication as well. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, also looking very confident. Like, look at the language in these two, body language in these two people, like very confident. And even the standing in confidence. Okay, so this is what I mean. There's like, and they're walking. So you're walking towards something maybe in confidence here. But I feel like there's something you don't see coming. So Spirit, what is this message? So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. What is it that pile 2 needs to know about the month ahead? What is it that I've missed? And can we clarify this reading? And then we have the Queen of Cups. And here we have a child in her belly. The incubation, something's already, like I said, like when we're already pregnant, we already conceived the child. Something is unstoppable. It's already germinating, if you will. You nurtured this thing. You're carrying this thing. There's a confidence about you. I feel there's a walking away or walking towards something. Let's keep going. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Strong Pisces with the High Priestess. What is this, Spirit? 3 more cards. Can we clarify this Page of Wands? Maybe you're confident in your delivery of something you're going to communicate here. About something here. Let's see. The 9 of Swords. Anxiety. And look at this giant compared to that person. So again, this confidence, but it's pointing at someone here that's not as tall or not as capable. And it's like, remember that certain part of ourself, maybe that feels like it's within us that might not feel good enough. That's the anxiety. It's like that little part of us. It's clarified by the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So we don't see this yet. I think something is being revealed to you that you weren't seeing, you know, about the truth of yourself that will allow you to be more confident, that will allow you to birth something here that is the truth about giving and receiving love, compassion, and also I feel like there's something here about nurturing something within you rather than maybe something external from you, like external people or situations can't mirror something to you that can be only generated from within you. Okay, 6 Pentacles. And I don't know, is that a cigarette? It's a big cigarette. These cards are interesting. Big cigarette. Six Pentacles. 6 Pentacles is the card of giving and receiving. Okay, it could be the card of generosity, being able to create some form of balance. Why is this Queen of Cups here? Oops, this card's just spun around here. And it's the Knight of Pentacles, and it kept spinning. Okay, what is at the bottom of the deck? Oh, we have the 6 of Cups. And this 6 Cups has an hourglass, which does look like something about divine timing. We see a person over here. So let me sit here with this energy. I get lost in these cards. And look at the Wheel of Fortune pointing to the center, and it says input 10. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, hang on. I feel like there was a lot of child energy coming through. Okay, with the children here, this little girl hugging the dog. And like I said, this girl was sucking her thumb. There was something about the childhood coping mechanism or an inner child that maybe acts in a certain way in order maybe to get validation, appreciation, or keep peace in some way. Something like this. Okay, but I feel like there's something very much in divine timing being revealed to you that I think maybe you didn't understand about yourself. And it could have created environments in which either people took advantage of this or we carried a lot of anxieties about being judged by other people, what they would say or do, or we saw ourselves as not at the same sort of level. And so we'd put ourselves sort of behind here. There's something about you leaning into a greater power of truth of who you actually really, truly are deserving of and who you are, because you're not less than anyone else. And your happiness isn't beneath anyone else. There is no need for you to have to make yourself small in order for others to be happy. And I feel like maybe you've been loyal to a way of being that's been a detriment actually to you. And I think it hits you maybe like a ton of logs here, you know? And I think for some of you guys, you might even get burnt, because I do feel like it could reveal itself in someone that maybe you're loyal to. And this someone maybe doesn't, I don't know, it burns you in some way or shocks you in some way that you see the truth. And it's like, I am the generator of all abundance that's for me, that I don't need an external person, okay, whatever my environment is, to dictate to me my self-worth or my self-value or where I'm going or approve of me in some way. Something about like not needing approval, standing in your own energy that's good enough. I don't have to bend over backwards. I don't have to like overly give or overly invest. And I don't need to sit there anxious, full of anxiety about what might happen if people don't like me or don't see me in a certain way, or I don't do a certain thing in order to be approved or get approved. And it's regardless if situations might seem like they might not work out or they might not progress here, because I know I want to align with what is for me, because I feel there isn't aligning with what's for you based on this new energy. And this is what the divine is sort of moving you throughout. So I feel there's a divine lesson of sorts that you're seeing and understanding that maybe has been taking its time and it's been manifesting in your world for some time. How you engage, what you say, and, you know, could be certain friendships or just an environment here that has been really proving to you or showing you, mirroring to you something here. And maybe it's been nurturing this lesson of sorts, divine lesson, so that you could learn to nurture what is actually fruitful or what's actually from you, not from other or external, because what's from you can't be taken away. What's from you is generated and created from within you. You cultivate it, you nurture it. That's where the value is, you know? And I do feel it seems like it has been a struggle, because I'm really getting devil from this cigarette and also from this childhood, like, thing that we're having to see and overcome, because I feel it's like an addiction here, you know? It's like I act in this habitual way and I don't know how to break that habit, you know? Maybe the habit of worry or the habit of being liked or the habit or the way I act in order to be approved or to be seen in a certain way has been important to me, because I didn't understand or see the great truth within me. Because I feel there was a lot of concern with how I would appear or the situation would unfold. So now I'm just sort of repeating myself, but this is exactly what this energy is. So I feel like this is through a process of an unexpected letdown is kind of what it seems like, or at least it's like an obvious. It's like, okay, it's obvious now And I don't know if you get into an argument or someone seems defensive, or it just you get defensive about something that I feel like either someone drops the ball or something here. And it's this habitual way that you've been, I think, trying to break, or it's been very hard to break this way of being, because when we cope this way and when we act in a certain way, it's how we know, it's how we manage, until it shows us that it hasn't led to success. Maybe it's only led to disappointments, pain, or anxieties, or things maybe, again, not really flowing in a way here that's been fruitful. So at the end of the day, I do feel this is going to align you with things that are actually fruitful for your own confidence. Okay, and it might even leave people here speechless, because I do feel like there's something about what you might say or how you handle a situation which people weren't expecting. So that what you're not expecting could certainly be like flipped, People weren't expecting you to, I don't know, stand up for yourself, or not do anything, or say something, or walk away, or handle it the way you handled it. Okay, so this is what I see, pile number 2. I hope this helps you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys picked this fossilized stone, and we're looking at the month ahead. So the month of April. Now, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you do click on this video, it will be for the next 30 days, regardless of when you watch this, okay? So just take it as the next sort of lunar cycle, and it's the energy that's going to be coming in with that phase. Okay, but this energy could certainly be energy that's around you, belonging to other people, your situation, your circumstance, or it definitely could be your own energy going on within you. Okay, so just keep an open mind, but let's take a look. So don't take words literally here. We'll lay these cards out, and then I'll channel the energy. So we have dislike, and we have take. All right, and then we have this masculine who looks like he's being pretty aggressive here with this feminine lady. So it looks like he's trying to hold her down or hold her back or something. And we have another masculine and a feminine. This one looks like it's in sepia, looks like olden days. And the masculine has a net for catching butterflies. And they're kind of giving me tango dancers. She looks like a tango dancer. Interesting energy so far. Then we have, oh my goodness, what is going on here? We have, what the hell is going on here? This is a crazy image. We have this masculine and this feminine, and she looks like she got, I don't know, she's bleeding here. I don't know if I could say that. So he's holding her. She looks like she's gone through some sort of ordeal here. Interesting. And then we have this seal that looks like it got washed up on the shore. It looks like it's raining over here. What's going on in the background over here? Is that like a, I don't know what that is, an island? All right. We have this, a bunch of symbols, the yin, the yang, a star, and moon. Looks like the Venus star here. I don't know what some of this is. Some of it kind of looks like a compass. It's giving me divine timing here. And then a wheel, a pie wheel. And then in the background, we have the earth. Okay, interesting. And then we have something that I don't know how to read. Is it this way? No, just this way. Because the words are here. So this is an interesting energy. It's like a defying gravity. It's kind of giving me, well, this is this person's shadow. Sorry, I got to look at it. It's kind of giving me like, you know, when we run around something, you know, we kind of hold it and we do a circle around it or touch it or whatever. But I don't know, this image is really tripping me out here. Interesting. And then we have this person is holding this dove or this pigeon. I'm not sure. It's looking like a dove. Okay. And a kangaroo. A mama kangaroo with her little Joey in her pocket. Okay. So very nurturing here. So let's take a look at your tarot before I begin to channel this energy that's seemingly very crazy so far. So let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. What is the next 30 days about energetically for pile 3? Can we get a look into the energy coming within the next 30 days or the month ahead for pile number 3? What can they expect here? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Please help me to channel in a way pile 3 will understand the messages being communicated. Thank you so much, Spirit, and thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. Very blessed to be here doing this reading. Energy ahead for pile number 3 for the month ahead. All right, let's see what we have. We have this isn't the King of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups. No, I'm sorry. This is the King of Cups. Okay, King of Cups. Sorry, this deck I don't use very often. Queen of Wands in the reverse. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. All right. And then we have the High Priestess in the reverse, Pisces. We have the Fool, Aquarius. And we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Alrighty, let me channel this energy and see what it is Spirit is communicating to you in regards for the month ahead. I can honestly tell you guys, I've never been so stumped by a reading in a very long time. My goodness, what the hell? What the heck? Okay, I will channel what is clear and then we might really need to dive into the tarot here, okay? But everything obviously for a reason here. I don't even know that this is your energy so much. It definitely could be someone around you here, okay? Definitely. I feel like there is someone's energy that's really strong here. And it definitely feels like somebody here who might not like it being put out or something that you're doing. Okay? And this does seem to be somebody here who might be trying to, it sounds pretty bad here, but like contain your freedom in some way here. You know? And it could be like your freedom to move away or move on from like dealing with a certain person, because this person could be somebody who is trying to I don't know, get you to do something or, you know. But I do feel like they don't like the energy that they're experiencing here, because it does seem to be a situation that it's like maybe they were waiting for the storm to pass, you know, in some way here. It's like, I'll wait for the storm to pass, or I can't approach pile 3 just yet, but I don't like being put out. It almost seems like being in the doghouse in some way here. And then there seems to be an energy of like, with this take here, it's like doing something here that limits your movement in some way by whatever they do or say. And I do feel like this could be somebody here it does feel like it could be tied to pile 1 in some way for some aspects of this reading. And I felt like 1 and 2 were a little bit connected as well. So I don't know if this is just the collective energy that runs through all the readings here, you know, or if this is just another energy that's on the flip side of what I was channeling over there. Because this does seem to be like somebody here who wants an easy ticket, it seems, to what it is that they want. And it's like, I just know what I don't like to feel. I know what I don't want to experience. And it does feel like somebody maybe who you've maybe tried to work with, you know? And it's like, I don't understand what more I can sort of do here to find peace. Because I do feel like this person that I'm channeling is trying to do something here to get themselves out of a feeling they don't like by just sort of I don't know. I don't know the words to use. Like I said, I'm really stumped by this reading, and this is very interesting. So let me just pull some more tarot here and see, okay? But I do see there's something about nurturing, about peace, and about like, I think maybe you were very peaceful or nurturing or something about this, but I feel like there is a you I don't know, no longer sort of being peaceful here. So I don't know what this is about. It feels like you're you got upset and you got hurt in the past or an experience here, and it's left someone sort of, I don't know, like flustered or floundering in some way here. Completely like, I don't know. Let's see, Spirit. What the heck is this reading? Can we get some clarity on this reading? 6. No, I'm sorry, not a 6. 3 swords. Yeah, like 3 swords. Look, she's like stabbed here. There's like heartbroken. Okay, but this is shown by an airplane. So I don't know. It's a turbulent situation. So these purple clouds rolling in. But it's 3 swords. Someone's words, actions, intentions created suffering, pain. The King of Cups loves the deepest in the tarot here, but the King of Cups, it doesn't really take action in this sort of a spread here because there's no action card. And so I don't know, like someone just sitting with their emotions here. 3 Swords. Spirit, can we get clarity here on what this reading is about? Knight of Wands in the reverse. What's this Ace of Wands in the reverse? And then we have the Hermit. Right? Yes. Hermit. Virgo energy. Balanced. Centered. Okay, why is 3 Swords here? What is the month ahead and what the heck am I missing here? What am I looking at? 7 Wands in the reverse. Putting down our defenses. No longer fighting for something. Throwing in the towel, potentially. Maybe you just got too hurt here. It's like a give up. 9 of Cups. And so is like the victory worth it in some way here? 9 Cups. Emotional happiness. I feel it's the one that revealed itself. The Star is all about wishes and our vision of the future and healing. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands. Victory. And under that, we have the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, let me sit here with this energy and see what the heck. What I'm really feeling here is like there's an experience in which somebody got what they were wanting or what they were doing. They aligned themselves with winning, you know? It's like, fine, you win. And I think it was at the expense. And I think they won. And you said, okay, you win. And left them sort of holding the bag of that victory, which seems like an empty victory is what it seems like. It's like a dead-end victory here. And I think you turn towards, I think, something more meaningful. Because I think whoever you're engaged with did seem, I don't know if it was superficial here or materialistic win. And it was like winning, or whatever the winning is, I don't know. They want it to be right. I was like, okay, fine. You get victory. Congratulations. But what this does mean is I can no longer sort of be involved here. And I think you no longer entertain whatever this energy is. And it really, the real victory here is aligning with your truth, because I feel like there's something very much about understanding what you want for yourself for the future. Like it's true to you, it's honest with where you want to go. And I feel like experiencing what you have been experiencing here with whatever this person is wasn't aligned. And I feel like this energy that I'm channeling is that person, because it almost feels like you took away something from them, but really you just removed your energy, because it's like you took away my chance to win. But it's like, no, you won, all right? You got exactly what you wanted. And then this person feels like, I don't know, betrayed, feels like you gave up on them, or like you took away their source of energy, because I feel like you might have been very soft, very loving, very caring, very empathetic, very generous, very kind, very motherly, very soft, you know? There's peace here, and now there's just pain here. And I feel like you experience pain here, and it's like, I can't no more. I can't no more fight for this, or I can't no more do this sort of a thing where there's a winner at my expense, which again, this sort of ties to pile 2 now. And I think this leaves this person sort of confused here about their own actions, because I do feel like this could be somebody who is taking, you know, and just sort of running with whatever energy was being given to them. So it could be somebody definitely was taking you for granted. And I'm almost seeing, like, you know, in the cartoons where we have like a spinny thing over our head like birds, do 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 do, and it spins, and it's like can't really make sense of it. I feel this person is like left completely confused, you know, about what's happened here. But I feel like there's also like I feel it runs very deep here, because I do feel like the shallower, the more superficial thing here that maybe this person was focused on or had their attention on, you're like, okay, well, go ahead, then you win, or you can have that victory, you know? And now I feel like this person seems almost like, how do I get that energy back from you? Like desperation, confusion, desperation, trying to attain and trying different things. That's why I can't read this energy. It's like, if force don't work, then I'll just chase you. If that don't work, then I'll just plead. And if I can't plead, then I'm completely confused, and I just don't want to be put out here, and what's going to happen to me? You know, that's exactly what it feels like. A lost child whose opportunity got taken away, whose vision for maybe the immediacy of what would make them sort of supported or happy, it will turn into pain and suffering with your removal, your withdrawal of your energy, saying, I don't really care about this sort of win-lose game that might be going on here in order to have a little victory. I'm not interested in that. My interest is in future happiness. My interest is in healing something true to me. My interest is in a long-term plan that is aligned with my truth. And if this means I must withdraw or go quiet or pull my energy back in order to get centered and more in line with my future, then you can have this win. And you can have this win. You know, and it's like, did they really win? No, they don't feel they won. And I think maybe you accept some form of shadow here. It's like you become okay with your own shadow. You become friends with your own shadow. You can see it and you can move with it, and knowing, okay, I know when my shadow is out here, when I must sort of be aware of what I'm saying and how I'm going about something here, because I do feel like there's something about maybe at one point in time, you know, like falling victim to this person's ways and being sort of bullied or controlled by energetically again. Of course, if you're physically being bullied and abused and this sort of thing, this isn't what I'm reading here. Okay, so if you are, then go get help. Then that's your reality of what you're dealing with. Nothing to do with this reading, and that has nothing to do with what I'm channeling. What I'm channeling here is an energy that uses whatever tactics in order to make sure you're sort of in place for them. Now, I do feel there's love on both sides here, you know, but not everybody knows how to love. I do feel like it's someone you have a history here with the sepia here, someone from the past, you know, and it could be somebody who is trying to, like, I don't know, chase you or something like this, you know, or like really impacting maybe your ability to come into your full potential and your transformation of your truest self here, and they're limiting this, or they're keep stunting you or stopping you in some way energetically. Maybe they're chasing you. I do feel there's a dance of two here, you know, and I feel like whatever energy was sort of driving you to engage or to dance or to be involved is dissipated. There's no more. I think that's the end of that. You know, that's the end of your energy like that. And I do feel like this person might have been utilizing your love, you know, or just this is how they would funnel their love, because there was love here with the King of Cups, or there is love, I should say, and with the green on either side of these people. But it's like, how do you act in love and how does this person act in love? You know, and there is no truth. There's just how we take love and we generate it. And I feel like this person could have definitely been a taker. And I do feel like there's something here that this person does not like what they're experiencing here, and they feel put out. And it might be like, you know, it's now the environment's like, I don't know, because I think in the past maybe there was a choice, or maybe you were an option here and it's been removed. It's like there's no more choice here. You got to sort of be where you are. Enjoy what you sort of picked. Congratulations. There's your prize. You know? And now this person's like, oh, I can't explore that. I can't come around. I don't know. This person could be drinking too and a little disorientated with, again, like I said, the little doot, 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 flying above their head. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're drunk. You know, it's like pain here. So I'm drunk and I'm confused and I'm hurt and I don't know. I tried to be assertive. Or I tried whatever. And then there's a desperation. But at the core of it, it's like I wanted peace. I wanted to be consoled. I wanted to have the safe place. I don't know. Maybe you're very caring and motherly, like I said, to this person. And it's like, I don't know, this person is just going to have to sort of fend for themselves in some way. Okay, I'm going to close this reading just because it was very confusing with this tarot deck and see Spirit. Anything I've missed for this reading? What is it that pile 3 needs to know? The Queen of Wands in reverse for a second time right here. Okay, so Queen of Wands in reverse could certainly be somebody who is masked up. Okay, who might be pretending to be one way or another way. But I feel like your energy comes through as somebody maybe who wasn't appreciated or valued for your energy. And the Queen of Cups are removed. So I removed my energy here. You removed your energy, your motherly energy. You removed your interest. You removed whatever you had here. Yeah, you removed the option. Like I said, the 2 Pentacles no longer there. So the Queen has left the building. The love is no longer going to be just sort of a free-for-all here. And I'm no longer sort of extending my energy as an opportunity for something that's clearly was not aligned for whatever you have your reasons. 9 of Wands in the reverse. I give up. Okay, 7 of Wands in reverse. This is no longer worth the fight here. I don't want to carry on this way. It's too tiring. It's too exhausting. And give up in this situation. But it's like I surrender to my future. I surrender to my truth. I'm surrendered to detaching from this situation. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So guidance. And look at this Wheel of Fortune is like there's a dead end here and a U-turn. So I feel like you hit a dead end with someone. And it's like I have no other choice. Like there's no coming back from being stabbed like this or whatever. You know, we see 3 swords. She's bleeding here. And there's like this, there's no going through. You must turn around. So it's like, okay, well, I can't fight anymore for this, or I can't stand up for anything like this. The only thing I can do is just surrender and give up the fight. Okay, so divine lesson here. The 7 Pentacles in a reverse. It didn't produce the fruit. So whatever energy, efforts, commitments, dedication here that was invested, I'm removing because I can no longer sort of stand there watering the plant. Okay, this is the juice worth the squeeze? And in the reverse, it's not. It's not worth the effort and the energy here because there's sort of nothing here, you know, or at least, like I said, dead end, Knight of Cups, and then Temperance. So I feel like the energy that I was channeling is the other side of this thing. I feel like somebody does have a lot of love here. And I think this person might not necessarily know how to work with you is what I feel. Okay, so this is bringing upon some form of a destined, healing, guided experience. Fated, destined, whatever you want to call it. Okay, in order for there to be healing, in order for there to be some sort of work being done, some sort of shift in a situation which couldn't go further any which way. And it's all around love because it's like, how does this person show up in love? How does this person show their appreciation? And there's another dog here, and I was seeing a dog with the Fool. Okay, and this was really coming through, I think, with pile 2 as well. So dog talks about loyalty, a friendship. So I don't know, somebody's loyalty is in question. Maybe someone you were very loyal to, you know, maybe someone acted like a dog, but it's like, how does one be loyal and committed with their love and show up? And there's so many different ways here that I'm seeing. A desperation, a running away, a running towards, trying to attain, trying to capture, trying to hold someone or contain them from growing or from transforming, and then by force or taking what I want, energetically again, just sort of, I don't know, having my way or holding someone down or back in some way, not allowing their truest energy to be in line with what their truth is because it misaligns with what I want or what I need, and I don't like this. So I'll do what I can, but it's like, well, this person doesn't have power over you. And so that's why I feel it could be something karmic or fated, because it's like you had to learn your own power. I do suggest you go to pile number 2 because there could be inverted readings for sure. Okay. And it's not everyone's reading. This might be for a select few. Very confusing at first, but I couldn't read it any other way here. Okay. So I hope it made sense for you guys. I love you guys very much, and I will see you guys at the next one. All right. Bye-bye.